Welcome.
Thank you very much for this kind introduction. Why did I choose to join Toastmaster? As a licensed acupuncturist, as you heard, 20 years in practice in the San Lorenzo Valley, I realized that communication is of the essence. Communication with the people who come to me. What we have to do to get licensed, we have to go to school for 4 years. It ends with a master's degree in Chinese medicine. We have to sit for a state board exam conducted by Sacramento. The objectives there are to find candidates which are practicing without doing harm. So there is no place where we learned about practice management. That's where Toastmasters comes in for me. I've been seeing how it is really important to communicate effectively and skillfully with people so they can go on the table and get the actual treatment, which is basically in silence. But in order to get there, I need to engage with people and see what I can do for them. Listen, be able to communicate with them in a way that works. Also see times when it might not work. That's another thing we learn here in Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, I found Toastmasters and healing Chinese medicine has 3 things in common. It's about motivation, commitment, and perseverance. We know that in Toastmasters. We can't just come in being curious either way in Toastmasters or in Chinese medicine. We can come in, have perhaps a great experience, and leave it at that. But if you want to continue, if you want to grow and change, it's about these 3 factors, about commitment, perseverance, and motivation. My role is as a constructive mentor in the process and doing this safely so people can go on the next level. And this time I want to also say another comparison. Getting needles stuck in your body might be sometimes, it might feel like getting out of your comfort zone, as does giving speeches. We have another comparison I found between the two. One of my favorite people in her late 70s came to me, and she said, dressed in a Chinese outfit, and saying, "Nothing ventured, nothing gained." I want to say this, I remember that very well. Or another word that says, "Let's go out on a limb, that's where the fruit are." So it's not sometimes that easy, and we know that in keeping on our roles we're doing here or with healing. It is about these 3 points I want to say again. So how did I come to dedicate my life to this Asian art and science? I grew up in Germany, a very regular middle-class background. No Chinese ancestors, anything like this. It was desperation. Desperation was the mother of creation, in my case. After being saved by Western medicine twice through their merits of diagnostics and surgery, I was able to survive, and I'm absolutely grateful for this, very much. After that, however, came the time, in my late 20s, I was asking myself, I wanted to thrive, not just survive, I wanted to thrive. The answer that came to me was meditation and alternative medicine. And it helped me over the years to get to a place, or to come to America, which I had never had imagined before. never had imagined before. There's always an element of surprise. So what does Oriental medicine do? I call it Oriental medicine because it includes Korea and Japan and Thailand, not only China. What can it do? Let me be very simple. It opens up the blockages. A lot of times, pains, other issues come from energetic or denser blockages. And I say sometimes it's like rotor-rooter, just opening up the flow. Where the flow is happening, the circulation is happening, there is health. And it's on all levels. It's physically, mentally, and spiritual. It's just flowing. And it is, everybody can understand that. And it helps, what it creates is a very deep relaxation, as deep as one of the people said, as we have been in the womb, a deep relaxation, and that helps the healing. That is the gear where the healing is happening, if we can allow it. Here is a little booklet. I'll pass on to you in the end. You can look at to see more how it does, what it does, and what situation it can be used in. And here I want to show you, this is a blown up business card of mine, which, I don't know if you see that, shows in the middle my hand taking the pulse of the patient as a hard piece of diagnostics, taking the pulse. And this is also my connection with the patient in a mandala. What do I work on? I get asked a lot. Let me just briefly start with skeletal, muscular issues. I work together also with chiropractors, starting neck, shoulder, back, hip and knee. I've been helping people to avoid hip and knee surgeries, which is very rewarding. People first come for an issue, and then they come for regular maintenance once a month, every 2 months, every 3 months. That is how it goes. I have one 82-year-old retired accountant who comes on a regular basis. I also have been very helpful with migraines, which are sometimes difficult to tackle. And been working on fertility. There's a wonderful woman in Boulder Creek who now has a 4-year-old who is healthy. So this is one of the issues Chinese medicine can do very inexpensively compared to other treatment modalities. I've also been working lately with high blood pressure to help people get off their medications because of all the side effects. There are I use needles, and this is one. There was also 70-year-old woman and a 28-year-old Latino from Watsonville whom I could help with this herbal formula. And what I am excited about lately is getting people off antidepressants, which are used a lot, and they have a lot of side effects and sometimes don't work very well. It takes quite some skill to do it. I did a 1-year training with a woman, Dr. Julia Ross, in Mill Valley to help with this. It's called neurotransmitter therapy. It needs to be done over a course of 3 months, very skillfully, but this is one of my latest issues I do. I'm proud to tell you about. So I hope that might have gotten you somewhat curious about what I do. Please call me for a 15 minutes free consultation and evaluation so that you and me can figure out what to do and what may be your next step. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ahuti.
Oh, sorry.
Take a couple of minutes and write comments for Ahuti.